Smoothie on the field. He started last week against the Warriors. Tyson Smoothie. Now Mam, Walsh. Walsh is through. Here goes Reece Walsh. Setting Suncorp alight.
Just look at the speed and the confidence here. He breaks the line, looks up. He's got two men outside him. He says, no, boys. I've got this one. I'll do it all myself. He ran around his opposing number, Dylan Edwards. That's the Reece Walsh we all know.
Oh, it's a beautiful individual try, but if we can see it again, it's a really poor read, a bad mistake made by Paul Alamotti. He's in the line 1 minute, and then next 10, he sprints out of it.
And that's where Walters goes. It comes to Rogers. Oh, taking a tumble there. It looked like Little. It was. Holding on to Bellot. And now more pressure. And Walters goes over. It does it himself. Billy Walters scores.
The defensive line. And Billy Walters throws the dummy. Sewers up out of the line on Kobe Hetherington. And they can't get it done, the Dragons.
Man takes on Sloan. Man bounces over. Ezra Mam somehow finds his way to the try line.
Inside the Dragons 20 until now. So the second time they get into a position to score points inside the 20, Ezra Mam, through his power, runs straight at Tyrell Sloan, who's up in the line, backs himself to get out of the tackle, which he does. And the three Dragons around Tyrell Sloan can only look on. Molo falls off. Ezra Mam scores a try that just had to be scored for the Broncos.
You are not kidding about lack of ball. Staggs into the backfield. Sloan can't hang on. Here comes the cover, but Sloan putting the foot down. Marsky the last hope. Staggs for the line. Katoni Staggs. A wonderful try.
Players in this Broncos lineup, but out of dummy half. Low tackle there from Kyle Flanagan. The footwork from Katoni Staggs, who was pushing up in support, gets around Tyrell Sloan, steps out of that tackle, and then just quick enough to beat Jesse Marshke, who was coming. He was the only Dragon in sight. Katoni Staggs just quick enough to get the job done. We're only saying there is plenty of time left. A lot of points to make up, but plenty of time left. And Katoni Staggs try drags them to within 12 for the kick to come. Out of their own area. That's a terrific flick pass. They needed a lot of things to go their way, and they needed to come up with a couple of brilliant plays. And that's the first one.
Titles up and provides Smoothie. Comfortably contained. One tackle left. Sailors on the right. Moser on his own. Moser's over. And that ball's on the ground.
We just highlighted Tyrell Sloan and his work with the ball tonight, which has been very good, but he's been...
No six again. Comes to Rogers. Lolly pops it out to Staggs. Staggs takes off. Staggs is a chance. Staggs is over. We're going down. Going down to the wire.
Minutes ago with a similar type of run. Blake Moser out of dummy half. It was messy. They weren't sure what they were doing, but the ball somehow found its way out to Staggs. He gets past Sorley and then powers over the top of Tyrell Sloan. Sloan been under all sorts of defensive pressure in this second half. Sorley gets him, but not enough of him, and then the balance and the power gets over the top, rolls into the in-goal area. Wow. What a finish.
Good minutes for him on Wednesday night, 56 metres, minutes played. Heaps of runs as well. Man comes out to Mariner. He stays alive. He finds his way in, and the Broncos crack them eventually.
They're in the play the ball. Great pass there from Walters. Out to Reynolds, who got him attacking straight to the edge with his halves partner, Mam. And the speed and footwork of Mariner out on that left-hand side. Just a little too much to handle. On the outside there of Dane Gagai. Got through the tackle of Mapapalangi. And Brisbane finally cracked the Newcastle Knights after a dominant period with the ball.
They've had 7 of the last 9 sets of 6 of those restarts and the successful...
And the speed of Walsh and Staggs.
Walsh Walsh was fading to the right. Now he goes back to the left-hand side, just uses his speed. He's too quick.
Right-hand side there, Walsh just hiding himself behind the ruck, and as the ball was fed, Walters, well, he just jumped out of the scrum by that stage. The acceleration of Walsh had Newcastle under pressure. Gagai starting to slide. You can't do that close to your line. Relying on his inside men to try and get to Walsh. You just can't get there. Gamble too late. Brayley gets there just on time. But Walsh, the blistering speed of this young superstar, too much for Newcastle, and they get their second.
A good tackle made by Dan Gagai. They've got one more play, the Broncos. Walters goes short side. Walsh, press play, they're in again. Dean Mariner gets a second try. Smile on the face of Reverend Kevin Walters.
Yeah, Reece Walsh, he's just killing them. Reece lightning this time down the left-hand side. And that blistering speed, and just all eyes go straight on him. As soon as he accelerates, you can see there, Tyson Gamble, Hetherington just mesmerised by the speed and then the ball playing.
As Walters waits at dummy half. Comes to Reynolds. Walsh now. First man option. Just storming through them. Brendan Piakura. Try number 4. There for Dean Mariner. Slowly off the ground. Looks to be okay. And just, as you said, Mick, just lined up in the space.
Marju unable to get to the ball, and in the end a relatively cheap turnover as Mariner straight through.
Into the backfield comes to Kalen Ponga. Ezra Mam is there. He will run away. And they've got their foot on the till here of just their 8th win for the season. The speed of Mariner.
Absolutely brilliant. Nice variety around the ruck too, I thought, from Tyson Smoothie, finding Mariner on the left-hand side, bounce back through the ruck, and then just accelerated through some tied defenders. And the moment he got into the backfield, he just looked across to his left-hand side and saw a flop.
Tony Staggs wide on the right-hand side. Walsh swings around to the right. Had them guessing. Beats Burton. Beats Kickout. Reece Walsh over. Does it all himself. Really wide. Walsh comes out, goes bang back on the left on the inside. Stands for that moment that Billy Army just hesitated. That's all Walsh was after, that little bit of hesitation. And he gets on the outside, one-on-one with the fullback, very hard to stop. And what a moment for the young superstar.
And maybe that's the spark that they knew to put it down to Tony Staggs to tackle on Tracy. He lost the football, the scrum right in the middle of the park. And then this superstar takes it upon himself to get the Broncos back in the game. 2 strong, 3 involved in the tackle there for the Bulldogs.
Put the Q in the rack. Mam's now putting a grubber kick through the line. Of course you would. Staggs comes up with the ball. Staggs beats Tracy. Staggs beats another.
What a try.
This is the best rugby league you'll ever see.
The little kick in behind, it was all started by Walters. He skipped out of a couple of tackles. Now, man, watch him here. Up and in there from the Dogs. The beautiful bounce. He's still got a lot of work to do, Staggs. Feints the kick. Beats Tracy. Out sprints Cherry coming across. What a game of football. The Broncos score under the post right on the stroke of half-time.
Blocker, you were around when we called Canterbury the Entertainers. You were very early in your career, but you saw some of their play. I mean, Canterbury have turned on a shoulder now, and then that has awakened Brisbane. I don't know whether chips over the top and rubber kicks inside your own half were part of the plan, but it became a plan.
But what about that for a gutsy play? You're behind 6-34.
Yes.
You think you'd wind down the clock at half-time.
So,
Not the Broncos.
So we've seen Walsh chip over the top. We've seen Mam grub a kick through the line, 20 out from his own line. That zest in their attack, given all the chasing they've been doing. Reynolds with the ball. Big Marty. Well, that's a nice moment. Game 250. He doesn't get many tries, buddy.
Across the field, Marty Tupper will just go in nice hard line back on the inside. They won't be